All right, hello and welcome to episode 15 of Rough Around the Edges, brought to you by Roughneck Games. I am Joe, and with me are Jarv.
Greetings.
Dan.
That's my name.
And Dane.
Hello.
All right, following suit with what we've done so far with the 2K plus 16 video game excitement, we are going to cover some of the exciting movies coming out, because I could list 16 or so off the top of my head from the list that I have in front of me.
16 for 2016.
You mean from the list?
Number consistency.
Since we just recently saw the new Star Wars and are very excited for following
Everything except for a
Installments.
Star Wars Marvel crossover.
Well,
That's not happening.
I would pay for it is the sad part. But
I love that you
It could
just
be good.
railroaded this
it could
in the
definitely.
first minute. No,
It could be very entertaining.
Well, explain
I would-
why you
It
said
couldn't-
that, because that was actually a question that came up to Stan Lee, right?
Yeah, Stanley in a recent interview, maybe 2 days ago, was asked about, I think somewhat facetiously,
Right.
about a Star Wars Marvel crossover, and he made a number of jokes. But his general sentiment was that Disney's going to do whatever makes him money,
Yeah,
and
if
if
people pay for it.
and if the fans want it, they'll make it. So please, Star Wars fans, protect the integrity of our universe and
Yeah.
maybe don't do it.
Didn't he say it was Disney? Like, if the people are going to want it, Disney will do it. Like, he was essentially saying Disney is in it to make money.
He said
yeah?
both
Right.
comments. I mean,
Oh, okay.
he
But
said
they're
fans
not going to
dictate.
do that.
Right. Well, the fans wouldn't want it. So
Are they not going to do that?
They have so many other things that they can do.
Right.
I mean, yeah, that's.
I've long ago
if
learned
they did do it, it couldn't be Star Wars canon.
Disney's
That's
like
for sure.
Disney's
That would
the
be
Akira
everything
monster.
they decide.
That'd be really screwy.
I know. I really don't
Reminds
want
me
it
of the,
either, and I am in denial that I could. So
the Star Wars Christmas special or whatever, or the
Yeah, that
those
totally
spin-off
didn't
movies
happen.
on Endor with the little girl
right.
and the Ewoks.
Wait, what?
Oh,
You
the
ever saw those?
spin-off movies are really
No.
good, though. Well, okay, really good's a stretch.
I have not
Entertaining
seen.
as an 8-year-old.
They were like children's
Okay.
movies about like a little girl on Endor hanging out with Ewoks.
Yeah, it was-
and there
it
was
was
that
more an
crazy little
Ewok.
animal
It
that
was
was
just-
like
yeah.
a Jim Henson nightmare.
Oh, it's awesome. It was like
How-
it was Quicksilver, except a little like
Right.
raccoon rabbit.
I think there were 2 movies.
You remember
What
this?
the hell?
One's
No.
called The Battle for Endor, and it has like goblin.
So what
aliens.
is a girl hanging out with Ewoks for?
What's a Wookiee
Her
hanging out with Ewoks
ship
for?
crash
She's
landed
like 8 years old.
on Endor, and the Ewoks took care of her. So it's just like in the Star Wars universe, separate from the Star Wars.
But they weren't
Is that Legends
welcoming
now, or is
at
that
first. Like, why would they treat her differently
I
than
think
they
she was 8,
treated?
she
she
didn't have
was a
guns.
child, and they actually.
She's that.
Wait,
she's
I
their
mean,
height.
I don't necessarily.
She's there. Right?
How
They
did-
see eye to eye
You're a hairless one of us.
Why'd they like C-3PO so much?
because they thought he was a god.
Because he was bright and gold. She had blonde hair.
That's it. The connection
Hold up.
is sound.
She was very pale.
I
and
love
had
that
blonde
you
hair.
jumped into like trying to poke some plot holes into this, whereas my situation is, why did they ever even make a movie like
Hey,
that?
as a kid, being exposed to Star Wars and Return of the Jedi, I didn't, as an 8-year-old, understand the deeper, interesting aspects of the mythos of the world.
You just thought
So,
it was,
yeah.
it's fun.
Ewok spinoff was what I wanted,
That actually
and I liked it.
that brings up a question in my mind. Is it selfish to say, all right, let's start making Star Wars more for adults, or should we say?
Well, they didn't
because it's
even-
always been to a degree a kids movie.
They didn't brand those movies Star Wars, and then the title.
No,
They
no.
were-
Well, I mean, just like even Star Wars in general. Like if you go back in the original,
I think they
movies,
have, though. I mean, Episode 3 and Episode 7 are both PG-13, whereas none of the rest are, and those are the 2 most recent. I think they are going the direction you're talking about.
Yeah, but I look. Okay,
I think they're keeping.
You want a rated R, like people getting destroyed and
want dismemberment.
weird
I
swearing.
want lightsabers.
Come on, Episode 1
Yeah, I know.
gets cut in half and
And
falls in a
everybody
hole.
Yeah,
PG.
actually, honestly,
like the
the fact
ultimate
that was still
dismemberment.
PG after that kind of
That's true.
surprised me. But especially back then.
I think that
young
their
Ewan McGregor.
plan is to keep a foot in both realms, which I think is why we're
It's
seeing
the-
Rebels,
makes sense.
Clone Wars, all these like
They've done it.
It's the most
animation
lucrative-
shows.
If you look at all
And back to
Well,
it's-
Clone Wars is a show for kids, but I've seen a large part of it, and,
And
it's
it's-
very
I like it,
entertaining.
yeah.
because
True.
it's Star Wars. But
But-
then you go and see Force Awakens, and it's quite adult, and it's awesome.
there are tons of
gonna do
novels
both.
that they've written that are now, not canon, they're legends, but even the new ones, they have a lot of new ones even that are very, adult books, and then they have a whole series of books that are young adult books. So they do both.
Right.
They just keep them kind of separate.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it was just something that had crossed my mind. I mean, because I wrestle with that myself. I'm like, you know,
They straddle.
should we?
They're just trying to straddle.
Where do we want to go with this? And like, are
Both
things
ways.
sacrificed to make it more childish, or sacrificed to make it appeal more to adults?
I think they're gonna walk the line. And I hear what you're
Yeah.
saying though. I mean, it would be cool to have a dark Star Wars. I mean, that'd be nice.
You should write a fan fiction.
There you go.
Yeah, because they're
Make a fan
nobody's
movie.
done that yet, have they?
But
Well, back to the Marvel Star Wars thing. Stanley
The
also
fact that it's
commented on, wouldn't it be cool to see Spider-Man say, "May the Force be with you" to Luke Skywalker, who's in the Avengers? I mean, that was his example. So,
Wow,
like,
that was a lot to take in right there.
I know. The
blew
fact
your
that
mind.
No,
Stanley
it would not be cool.
the fact that Stanley said that off the cuff makes me, I don't know. It's interesting that he was just so ready to engage that idea.
well,
Wait, what was that occurrence?
What's
Because
that?
I'm trying to remember that he said, "Talk to Luke Skywalker." Like,
he was mentioning
He
that
had an
if they
interview
were to
2
make-
days ago.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
somebody
he was-
asked him.
It was an example that never happened.
oh, okay. I thought it had
Don't freak
happened,
out.
and I was like,
What did I miss here?
When did Luke
he was-
Skywalker?
he was saying that
South
they're
Park
already crossed.
Imagination Land. I think that's
Yeah.
the only place that
Yeah.
would occur.
"All right."
Well, I think the moral of that
I
story.
didn't really read into it when you had said that the first time, and B didn't listen well when you just said it again.
He
So
doesn't pay any attention. to
Okay,
you.
all right.
I think I learned long ago
I'm
that
in like two worlds.
Gotcha.
through the debacle that was ketchup cereal that you don't mix two good things. It doesn't always make something good.
I
so
agree.
don't do that.
I don't see a reason.
Don't.
I'm with Jarv here. Like, I just don't want it to happen at all.
No crossover. No ketchup on cereal. Just don't do it.
Universes don't have to be together.
No.
Separate
So
'em up.
the origin of this topic was Star Wars Rogue One.
Rogue One.
Which is actually coming out at the very end of 2016 and makes this almost reverse chronological order based on how I go forward from here. But
Sweet.
So suck it.
everyone is looking forward most, I think, in this movie to seeing Forrest Whitaker.
So who does he play?
Just yeah,
I don't know.
He
Does it-
plays
Hut?
Forrest Whitaker.
Is he a pilot?
A hut? Oh my god! poor Academy
Wow.
Award winning Forrest.
No,
Whitaker.
I love Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah, I really enjoy him, but I do
Yeah, he's great.
sometimes like to enjoy the Forrest Whitaker eye.
Yeah.
Oh
before-
man,
Yeah, he has.
that
many
hurts when you try to reproduce it. Like if you
It's tough.
if you try to pose for a picture with Forrest Whitaker eye, it hurts my face.
Who's it? Donald Glover that
Oh yeah,
does a really good one.
Of course, reference to Community.
Yeah.
Things. Nice. I don't know what Forrest Whitaker plays at all, but I'm going to speculate and say that it is a rebel officer.
Yeah, that would make the most sense.
Probably. Seeing as how the premise, which we have not yet
Right,
shared,
we
is
should probably cover that.
I mean, we don't know much about the movie. Nobody does, but it's going to cover the pre-New Hope formation of the Rebel Alliance.
Yeah, I originally assumed that it was going to be Resistance, like
Yeah.
early on in the Resistance.
I
I
would-
think it's the Rogues forming to go get the Death Star plans, is what
Right.
If you,
Wikipedia told us.
I'm wondering how much they're going to take from the legends of the books from the whole Rogue Squadron series, but it seems like all the
Yeah.
characters are different.
How much is written about the original Rogue Squadron? Because
I mean, there was a whole series.
Yeah, I
But-
think it's
but
The
not a lot of
X-Wing
that-
books had a whole
it's
like
all
Rogue.
post Death Star, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm not
it's
sure how
all
much-
it's all post Death Star. So this would make no sense.
Right.
Sense.
What do you mean?
It comes before the Death Star is destroyed.
Well,
right?
I mean, they could have.
why would you
there
get
were,
plans for a destroyed base?
Right. Well, there were characters.
Because they're going to build it a third time. You know it.
let's go back in time, guys, and do
Sorry,
this
you were
again.
saying.
Well, I was going to say there. It would be cool if they harken back to characters from the Rogue trilogy of books, Rogue Squadron trilogy. Who is? So you're reading Night Jedi, right?
Yes, I am.
Who's the protagonist?
Cornhorn.
But yeah, Cornhorn.
And he was originally in Rogue Squadron
Yes.
with Wedge Antilles. So that'd be like
With
a little
Wedge.
cool shout out if they put him in there, whose name I already forgot. That you just
Cornhorn.
said. Cornhorn.
Corin Horn.
yeah,
C-O-R-R.
it's been a while.
Okay.
I got to pick that back up.
Nice. Well, I'm excited. Anything Star Wars.
Is Wedge in it?
No, I highly doubt it. I don't think so. He declined being in the prequels
I
and
bet-
declined being in episode 7.
The
at
character?
all.
Do you mean the character or the actor?
The actor declined. That's
Why?
Yeah.
true. He said it
Yeah.
would bore him.
Jesus.
Do you know he's Ewan
Gross.
McGregor's uncle?
Yeah, he's Ewan McGregor's
Are you
uncle.
shitting me?
No, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
All right, now
So
I can
how
see
is
where the
Ian
talent comes from.
Keep it in the family.
Ian McGregor had a wealth of material to learn from.
It's really interesting because
A New Hope.
Yeah,
Wedge
he
Antilles-
just watched his dad's.
Wedge Antilles in the original trilogy doesn't have a very big part. He kind of grew huge in the extended universe. So,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, his character,
He's a BA in the book series.
oh, he's awesome.
He was huge because he was like kind of mentioned a bit, and you saw him in Empire, right? Isn't that the only one you Empire? Is he in Jedi?
He's in both of
He's
the
in- Yeah.
he's in both of the Death Star battles.
Yeah,
So,
but like he's only like he's someone they flash to essentially. I mean,
yeah, I mean, he's one of the pilots,
yeah.
Only when X-Wing
but
is
they
in
don't.
operation.
He doesn't have
And
a lot of
expose
speaking
the Hoth.
parts or a lot of screen time compared to the main characters.
They've got
Or-
Biggs Darklighter.
No
Biggs.
Biggs.
Yeah, I guess he probably doesn't have much more screen time than like Biggs did.
Yeah, like that.
But
was
he
sorry.
grew because Biggs.
That's my-
Well, he survived. That's the big part.
Yeah, that,
But he
Right,
is in the book
right.
Aftermath, which is canon. So he's in
Porkins.
some post original trilogy canon.
R.I.P. Porkins.
All right,
Yeah.
people. Porkins.
Porkins.
What could have been Porkins?
Rogue One is such a cool concept, though.
He
Just
fights his weight. He fights the Empire.
I just
Hey,
saw a
he
funny
fights a lot
GIF
of
today
battles.
about it was like it was both a meme and a hashtag on something that delivers both at once, but it was like hashtag didn't even get to finish my McDonald's yet, and then it shows Porkins like trying to eat his McDonald's, and then he crashes into the Death Star.
There's
Just to
many
relate to
memes
that.
about
But
all
I'm
that.
super pumped about Rogue One because it's essentially going to cover the story of the Rebels' only starfighter unit. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, like these are the pilots to represent them they're the front lines,
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
not just
Yeah.
Leia
the most
Yeah.
badass fighters.
doing,
And
officer
you got to
stuff.
see in Force Awakens that a pilot can take on a different role than just dogfights.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like they're kind of like multi-talented commandos. Like in
Yeah.
like
Super soldiers.
And that's how it was
Their
in the books
specialty is-
sometimes.
Except for
Right.
Porkins. Porkins wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
Porkins sat
I'm going
back.
to stay with the planes.
Porkins sat back and protected the
He's
planes.
the getaway driver. While they're doing the job, he goes and gets the McDonald's.
What about?
So it's ready when they get back.
I wonder if Porkins too from the Hoth battle, like the Hoth guy that I found them. Repeat, I found
Yeah.
them. Who I always thought was Porkins until I realized he had been killed.
He's gonna get a couple books.
This whole conversation, by the way, I've been trying to find out what the character name of Forrest Whitaker is in that, and it's
Nothing.
not listed.
They might not have
Oh,
released
man.
it yet.
I don't think they've
Yeah,
released it.
if he's
Main
like,
character.
he could
Mean-
be.
I think he's important.
He could be something alien. It's possible. So, like, if they release a name that's, I'm not talking about the Hut. All right.
Well, he's not among the first like 5. He's like the 6th person down on the list. So if
What a loser.
IMDb
How,
list
Yeah.
means anything.
how far he's fallen.
He's below Alan Tudyk,
Yay, Alan Tudyk.
voice acting supreme.
It could just
He
be
is a great voice
in
actor.
order of appearance, though.
Is Alan Tudyk going to be like a
yeah,
protocol droid?
or it
What
doesn't
are you
even.
thinking?
I'm not sure. They should have picture.
He
It didn't
is-
look like a protocol droid.
He's the robot from iRobot in the movie.
So they are
They're
doing
bringing
cross
it back.
universe.
It's a crossover.
Oh my
Is-
gosh.
I don't know who
that
did
opens
that.
doors to
Asimov,
Will
Marvel,
Smith,
Star Wars.
Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf's gonna be in it.
Oh my God, we're just
Oh my gosh, Harrison Ford's in it, playing a younger Harrison Ford.
Wow.
and that. Okay, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was just thinking. I like the. I don't know his name, but I like the actor who plays Will Smith's like chief. He brings out the shotgun, like olden days.
iRobot
style.
is what you're talking
In
about.
iRobot,
Yep.
yes.
Oh yeah.
No, we're
I
still.
don't remember. Oh, man,
don't you remember that? In,
I remember that.
it was like the
I do remember that.
third quarter of Empire.
Wow.
Oh,
I don't remember
man.
his name, but I do think he's awesome.
Yeah, I'm pumped about that. What I'm interested to see for Rogue and all these other Han Solo, all the spin-offs of Star Wars, are they going to have the iconic Star Wars opening with these spin-offs?
Every single one.
Are
Probably.
they going to reserve that for the
I
Roman
think
the main
numerals
series?
will.
with like the scroll and the
Yeah,
the
I think they will. Why wouldn't they?
I'm not sure.
Like-
it
They've used it
I'm
in
not- I don't know.
every single
Yeah, they'll
video
do Star
game or
Wars
anything
colon-
else.
they have done it in every video game. How about they did
Almost,
it
Yeah.
pretty
in
much.
Clone
yeah.
Wars, right?
They did
In
an
the very
abbreviated
first one?
version of it in Clone Wars. They might have done it in the very first one, but every one would just have like a snippet of wisdom or something that they'd show after they do the like wah, and then they'd show you.
Yeah,
Little load screen.
yeah, probably. I'm curious
Like,
though. We've never had this before.
Agile Jedi
We've
does
never
not put
had-
metal in microwave or something
Yeah.
like that.
Well, even the like Battle for Endor, those spin-offs that we saw, where we talked about, those weren't. I don't think those were theater releases. I think they just played them on TV or something. I don't really remember.
Wait, you know how we can answer this? Did they do it in the movie with the girl and the Jawas?
I highly doubt it. I don't remember, but I really don't think.
What does that mean? What is
Because
that?
it wasn't a Star Wars.
What is-
official Star
What are
Wars.
you talking
I
about?
don't know.
The movie with the girl and the Jawas.
The
What's it?
Ewoks.
cartoon
Yeah.
you were talking about?
Ewoks.
Well, you were saying it's
Ewoks.
He mean
a
okay. You mean
theatrical.
you mean
Yeah,
you were talking
Ewoks,
about this
yeah.
is going to be a. Wait, what did I
You
say?
said
Jawas.
Jawas.
God,
I didn't even pick up on that.
just
Close
thinking of my
enough. They're
Galaxy
short.
of Heroes. Jawa, he's badass.
Yeah.
He's about to be 5 stars. Sorry, random.
Wow.
It's because you said theatrical release,
Right.
And then I said Jawas, and everybody got confused.
Yeah, I was very confused. I don't remember what that was, but it's kind of the first time we're seeing high budget Star Wars releases that are
Right.
not the numerals, right? It's not.
Yeah.
I think it's
a
going to be
number.
awesome.
Just
I think
expanded scope.
opens
Yeah.
them up. They can do, I think, more creatively than they could in the actual movies.
Yeah. And I wonder how much the Force will be in it, or if it's just going to be a gritty sort of military
Right.
opera
question.
type thing.
I
I kind of
doubt
would
it'll be in it.
prefer the latter.
I
'cause
really doubt it.
That would be
'cause
super cool.
the era where it takes place. I mean, how many Force users are there? I mean, the main ones. Unless there's somebody else
Vader.
in hiding that comes out. You have Vader.
Yeah, they wouldn't.
If
be
it's pre New
involved in
Hope, there'd
that.
be no Jedi.
Right.
Star Killer.
He is former canon. I don't know that they keep that.
Oh yeah, good point.
So,
Yep.
but
They named a base after him.
It's
I
legend.
mean,
They can bring it back. Yeah, they did.
That is
They should put some sort of Star Killer reference in every single movie they ever make. From
You
here
didn't
on
see
out.
he was spray painted on the outside of the.
in that
He was like
pose.
the mascot.
Jared made an amazing pose for that.
I just imagined like half the planet with that spray painted.
It was
all
actually
over.
just a photo of him and being human, the American version. Sam Witwer. That's his
Oh,
name.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot they were using that.
I'm wondering though if they'll have a weird cameo of a character, any character that was in the original.
Yeah,
series.
I've seen speculative rumors of both Leia and not Leia. Leia and Vader,
Right.
and also
Well, Vader they could do
apparently.
easily.
Do you guys watch Rebels? Star Wars Rebels?
No.
I do not either.
Negative.
But I just saw a blurb that kind of spoiled it.
I would
a
like
bit.
to.
But it was apparently like Leia just showed up. Maybe there'll be more Rebels cross references than anything else because Rebels is that period.
Interesting.
Maybe I'll watch Rebels.
Well, I mean, if they do those cameos, they're going to have to pick a new actor to play those
You
cameos.
don't think Carrie Fisher is
He's
going
going
to
to come back and pull that off. I don't think she.
We're gonna
want
need
to.
you to
think
lose
she would
100 pounds.
spend 40
she
years
had-
of your life?
There was an article I read where she was interviewed, and one of her complaints was they wanted her to lose weight for the movie, and she had to go lose weight
Oh God.
for the movie, and she
Yeah.
was not happy with
I
it because she
feel-
was
I mean,
comfortable
that-
with what
Yeah,
what she
that's
got
rough.
going on.
That's rough.
Yeah.
That is rough.
But
I really get a vibe.
she's got to play a character who had kept up with the business.
She went through some shit, so I mean,
True.
maybe she's stress eating.
Right.
It's all good.
Who wouldn't? That would be more real, I think.
Yeah.
But this is Hollywood.
There might be in my opinion there might be cameos and things like that that maybe are just for the fans, but
Just fanfare.
yeah, it's fanfare, but it really it might be more just they really want to focus on their own characters and their own story, because I really get the vibe that they're trying to kind of bring in new generations of characters and storylines, that they don't want to rely so much on the past.
Yeah,
Force
especially
Awakens
since
definitely
relying on the
proved that.
past ties
Yeah.
them to a bunch of 70-year-old people.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
So,
that's very true.
Unless you pull in like a Bruce Campbell to play a young Han Solo.
Well, they could always do CGI Jeff Bridges
That
style.
wouldn't really work.
Yeah.
They
like
could
in
do
Tron,
that. The young Jeff
could do
Bridges
that.
Tron version.
Bo Bridges' brother.
Well, they had the Tarkin was at the very end of episode 3, and it was kind of a lot of makeup and a little CGI, I think, which some people complained about. So I don't think that they would go that route. Since
Yeah,
the diehard Star
I mean-
Wars fans are like, that looks crappy.
Right.
They could overlap with the Han Solo spin-off too, and maybe create some characters that can appear in both. That connect.
Jared Leto playing Han Solo.
There were some
and the
interesting
Joker.
candidates up in the most
Chris
recent
Pratt,
article.
I think Chris
like-
Pratt would be sweet.
I'm not sure Chris Pratt was on the list, man. It
It
was like
I think he's too old.
it
I think they
was-
want someone
it was
super
like
young.
young Franco and the guy up for I think the
Oh,
guy
that'd
that's
be
doing
good.
That would make more
Spider-Man
sense.
and like a lot of
I would
crazy
like
young guys.
Franco would work really well.
And he can't be as muscular as Chris Pratt, although you can, I mean, depending on
Chris Pratt has changed his physique
8,000 times.
a lot. Yeah, it's impressive how much he just
I think Chris
goes for roles. and-
Chris Pratt. I'm wondering if Chris Pratt is running into an interesting. He can obviously
He's
do a
in too
lot
much.
as an actor, but if I saw him as Han Solo, there's too many associations there for me to be comfortable.
with.
I mean, Han
Star-Lord.
Solo was what
Yeah.
Really?
American Graffiti. Do you watch Parks and Rec?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would see Andy Dwyer like 5,000 times over.
mixed with Star-Lord.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
probably.
Star Lord
Really?
is
So,
way
yeah,
close
like,
to the
When you watched Guardians, you couldn't stop thinking of his
I mean,
other character?
I think in Guardians he had that comedic flavor to it that made me think of him as kind of a
Intergalactic Andy Dwyer.
But he was
maybe.
so much
Did it
more,
strike you
more
sorry.
deep emotionally, and I mean,
I agree. I agree, and he's a good actor too.
Yeah.
I don't know. Those
I don't have a
associations.
problem separating it.
Yeah,
Did you like occasionally just have moments of expectation of him to be dumber than he was, or something like that, or more Andy
Bumble.
Dwyer?
I think so. Like for the parts where he's not comedic, it's fine, but when he is, it's Andy Dwyer.
Yeah, I get it.
And he fell in the
Sometimes
pit.
Which
I
is-
wipe and I wipe and I wipe.
which
like a
isn't
marker.
which
Still
isn't
too.
his fault. I mean, it's my thing, right?
Yeah,
So like if he was
Can't
going to
let
play
go.
something like Han Solo, man, that would be such a. Maybe everybody's facing the intimidation of being Han
Yeah,
Solo, like pulling
fair.
that off. I don't know.
I had a similar thing with Star Lord.
I'll support Chris Pratt in anything.
I-
I don't really. I don't necessarily have.
Yeah, I like him a lot. I think
Jurassic
he's
World
cool.
was a huge disappointment.
Was it?
I haven't
didn't see
seen it yet.
Yeah. It was.
I saw a long interview. Kevin Pollak does really cool, like 2-hour interviews with actors and people in the movie industry and comedians. And he did an interview with Chris Pratt, and Chris Pratt was just like the coolest dude.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
And one thing, just real quick about Guardians of the Galaxy. Honestly, like I had the same thing where I had a little bit of that Andy Dwyer thing, but I kind of was comparing him to Malcolm Reynolds a lot for some reason. Like I really that
It's like a mix.
that image came into mind, like the sarcasm, the kind of dry humor, the being slightly very neutral in terms of good and evil, but always kind of leaning towards the good.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway.
I think he has a lot of depth as an actor. He could probably
he
do
does.
anything.
So what's next on
Yeah,
the
let's
list?
keep this going. I just realized that if we keep at this pace, we will do the rest of the year to finish off all of the movies.
Yeah, let's do
Nice.
But the reason I said Jared Leto was because I wanted to bring up one of the, I think, 5 at least comic book movies that we've got on here, Suicide Squad, which I'm kind of excited about. Sort of
Yeah,
a
I didn't
deviation
realize that was
from all
coming
of the
out.
main series
And
that they're going
someone
with right now.
someone referenced it earlier today before I came over, and I was like, that is awesome to hear.
Yeah.
I am glad that that's being made.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. I watched the trailer a while back. Jared Leto looks really awesome, actually, as
He does.
Joker.
Yeah,
It's a
It
new
looks
style.
really
It's a new
interesting.
style of
I
Joker
needed to
too.
take a look at it.
I have trouble fitting all of the DC universe together in my head when I watch, so many different shows and movies.
Yeah, I agree.
Like Gotham, and then how that would actually tie in with anything else, and then this and how it ties in with like the later movies where nobody had heard of these characters. Everything's
Right.
sort of a mishmash, which is how comic book series tend to go. They just restart things all over the place.
yeah.
And I would say Marvel was like that until basically
More
Marvel
recently, yeah.
Studios kind of started making movies, and they really started tying things together. And then of course we still have the mismatch with Fox owning X-Men and all that crap. But
Is that Fox? It's somebody
I
else.
don't know. I think it is.
Sony?
I'm just saying.
Oh
I
yeah,
think it's
yeah,
Sony.
you're right.
Is it Sony? Shit.
X-Men and
Well.
Fantastic Four.
Have like
Who
a
does Fox?
10th reboot of Spider-Man.
Yeah. God.
I don't know actually what that is.
I looked at the picture of Jared Leto as Joker, and that's terrifying.
Yeah, it looks pretty scary.
And Harley Quinn looks really good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does.
It looks like it's going to be an exciting. I think it's sort of if I remember the trailer, it's kind of got part of her Genesis story kind of in it,
Yeah, it seems
Okay.
like a pretty strong Harley Quinn.
and it has Will
Nice.
Smith.
Is there a trailer out?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think there's 2.
All right.
There might have been a newer one just recently released.
Something came up
I haven't
today
seen
or
that one.
yesterday that was either new pictures of it or a new trailer.
Okay.
And
I-
I honestly don't know much about Suicide Squad to even know what I'm looking at other than Harley Quinn. Of all of them,
Joker. And
It just sounds like
and Joker.
Like
but
I haven't read the comics or anything, but someone described it to me. It sounds like a really interesting
yeah,
take on things.
making villains do good things.
Right.
Yeah.
you like Will Smith, you'll like this movie. But yeah, I did like that part. Where
Will
it's-
Smith is in it?
Yeah, he's in it.
Yeah.
That's who?
don't even-
Deadshot.
I don't even know enough about Suicide Squad to know who they might.
Yeah,
be.
they. I don't know why, but they
So-
come and pick him up and say, "We want you to do this, and we'll pay you."
Superman-
They're like
yeah,
mercenary
Oh, right.
good people. Sort of.
It's the deal.
But they do
Yeah,
whatever they want
They make
with
the
it.
deal with them.
Yeah,
That's the only thing I know about Suicide Squad.
That's pretty accurate.
So Superman versus Batman also comes out.
That's the next one I was going to say.
Mm.
Because
They are
in.
not in the same universe,
It's
are they?
Superman.
Are they gonna be? I don't know.
I mean, they are in that movie, obviously.
Who?
They exist in the same universe at some point in that movie because I've seen the trailer.
Is
They're on the screen
Superman
at the same
not
time.
in Justice
Who is?
League?
Oh, you mean the
I mean,
Suicide Squad
correct.
and...
Sorry, yeah,
Okay.
I didn't clarify.
I thought you
Oh,
meant Batman
okay.
and
I mean,
Superman.
Suicide-
I'm like, well, that'd be a hard movie to make. Just cut back and forth between universes.
Part 2 in another universe. No.
Universe
Yeah,
A.
yeah. Suicide Squad, and then also Batman versus Superman. I'm not sure if those are consistent because Wonder Woman is being made into a movie, and Wonder Woman shows up in Superman versus Batman. So that's obviously being made to be
Okay.
like I think they're setting up a Justice League, right?
Right.
I wonder if Suicide Squad is also in that. I honestly haven't thought about that. I hope so.
Well,
Let's make it. Let's blow it out.
Batman v Superman, by the way.
Top
Batman-
shelf that shit.
Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. The V means court case, obviously. So this is all a legal battle.
Yes, it's a large court scene.
The whole
It's
movie
essentially
is
a
a
time
large
to
court
kill,
scene.
except
I would
Superman
be
and Batman.
so fucking pissed.
Batman ran over Superman's dog, and they're going to litigate.
Small claims court. The whole movie.
Judge Judy. Batman versus Superman.
Judy.
Forrest Whitaker is the bailiff. He keeps them separated. Batman v Superman actually comes out
So
in
many contingencies
March,
just flew through my mind.
but Suicide Squad comes out in like August. So they're about 4 or 5 months
Okay.
apart. So you get to see one first, and then I
Yeah.
assume the other
That
one's
is
totally
odd
different.
if they're related in
Story universe.
in story, then they probably wouldn't be that close together.
Right.
So you're probably right that they don't cross over at all.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, maybe it could be the origin story of Suicide Squad. Then they'll show up later in the world that Superman versus Batman creates.
Is it the same
Batman versus
production
Superman
company?
Or Superman versus Batman.
It's Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice.
right. Okay.
V
Batman
Superman.
v Superman.
Um,
Why'd they say V and not Via?
I don't know.
Okay. That's fine. Hollywood, do what you want.
are they from the
cares?
same
It's that important. It's
production
a
company?
historical court case. What?
Are they from the same production
Roe
company?
v. Wade.
That is
I don't know. That's a good question.
That's what we.
it
Batman
is
v
odd that
Superman is Warner Brothers
If
and
they're
DC
so
Entertainment.
close to each other, it'd be odd if they were.
They
the
released
same.
2 big movies like that so close together.
You got a lot of catch up to do.
Production company DC Entertainment and Atlas Entertainment for Suicide Squad. So it's both of them are obviously DC, but Warner Brothers is backing
Okay.
Batman v Superman.
I personally kind of hope that they're all together. I would love to see DC do what
Right.
Marvel has done, even
Yeah.
though I tend
It
to.
seems like they kind of
lean
are
Marvel.
going to do that,
I hope so.
but
Justice League
Maybe
is
not
pretty
with-
awesome.
But Atlas Entertainment is involved in both as well. So yeah, Warner Brothers is involved in Batman v Superman. It's Dawn of Justice, Justice Legal V, I assume, is where they went with that. But it still seems a little convoluted.
You really think it's going to be a court case?
Well, it's called... No, I don't really think that. I think they played off the name Dawn of
they're gonna
Justice, and
totally-
they're like, justice sounds like it's legal, so let's put Batman v Superman.
I hope
in
there
the
was
trailer,
that much
The trailer had
Batman
no
runs
court
in-
seats.
Batman runs into Superman
They're saving it.
and then wipes out, and his car's wrecked. So
Right.
that seems
Yes.
like the start of a lawsuit.
Who is liable?
And then there's an ambulance chaser guy comes up and he's like, "Hey man, do you want to sue him?"
You want to sue? He says yes,
oh my gosh!
because I don't have enough money.
If they showed all
And
the
I want a
action
Crystal
scenes in the
Palace.
trailer because the rest of the movie is a giant court scene, I will laugh my ass off.
I do. That would be. That's exactly what I was thinking. Like it just turns into like My Uncle Vinny or something.
Where does this take place
My cousin Vinny.
in the
Oh, yeah, my
Batman
cousin Vinny.
storyline?
I want a Time to Kill where it's like really like Wonder Woman comes in, she's like, "You haven't paid child support, Superman." And it's
Yeah,
like,
it gets
it's
really-
like a 3-way legal battle.
Kramer versus Kramer.
I'm with Bruce Wayne now, and
Well,
he hit
that
my
was-
car.
that was versus.
Litigate all of it.
All at the same time.
That's a good question on where it fits in Batman time.
Well, because
frame, I
Christopher
have no
Nolan, who
idea.
did the newer movies, is an executive producer on it. So I'm assuming it's somehow tied in, even though it's a different actor now with Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck.
Oh, Ben.
What do you guys think of his voice?
Ben's
Yeah.
Affleck's.
I don't remember what it sounds like.
I'm not a huge fan, but it's not so bad that it's going to ruin anything for me.
Yeah.
I'm still really pumped for this movie.
Yeah,
I was a
it'll be cool.
huge fan of Man of Steel. It got a bad
It did.
rep.
I thought it was
I
better.
think it got
so
a bad
too.
rap.
I enjoyed it.
I
As
thought
well.
it
in
was
the ratings.
I thought there was a lot of depth to it.
He
They
did kill
change
somebody.
Luther though, right? Because in Man of Steel, Luther was Kevin Spacey, right?
Yeah, and now
now it's the Facebook guy.
yeah,
Whose name I always Jesse
yeah.
Eisenberg.
Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah.
There you go.
And he looks awesome.
He looks like a
The
young
feast-
Gene Hackman.
Yes, that's why they've done it.
Where's Richard Pryor and all of this?
I just your eyes. You're like, yes, they've done it. Like looking around, like, could it be a intentional?
I don't know. I think he's a good young actor, Jesse Eisenberg.
This
so
is
I'm
interesting.
excited for him to be Luther. The few scenes they showed him, it looked like he fit the part too. So, back to your question though, Jarv. I didn't notice anything when I watched the trailer that set me off.
Yeah.
But
That's what I
am-
remembered. I wasn't totally against it.
Like, I don't know about. I don't know if I'm enough of a cinephile to comment on the merits of Ben Affleck, but I can say that
The bomb in
I
Phantoms,
was
yo?
certainly worried about the announcement that Ben Affleck
yeah.
is Batman.
I kind
It
of
looked okay in the trailer.
I think
It
he,
did.
I'll
I
let it
think
ride
he
out.
can be really good in certain roles, and I think he can pull this off.
yeah.
Maybe
was
I'm
a-
just
I don't-
holding Daredevil
I
Jackson
Daredevil?
for his whole life.
Yeah.
Although the costuming in that was sweet. I'll give him that
Gotta
much.
love it.
Not that he had
Electra.
anything to do with his costume.
Yeah. Well, Daredevil's pretty close to your heart, though.
That's
so.
true. I'm very
Yeah, you're going to be
critical.
Well,
critical.
Hey, the new guy killed
the,
it.
The
He
Netflix one is
so good.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Amy Adams plays Lois Lane.
Oh,
Real quick on
Remember her?
Sorry.
I
She was
do
in the
not
baseball
remember.
movie with Clint Eastwood.
The
What's that?
1980s college.
Oh
No, not that one.
no, I know what you're
That was a
talking
different one.
about. It's Trouble with the Curve. Wow, why do I know that?
Yes.
Troubles with the Curve.
It also had JTT.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
No, that's too many T's. Sorry, JT, Justin Timberlake.
You were so excited.
Dude, I would
I
love to see a
stuttered an extra T
JTT
in there.
return. Oh, come do it.
From
JTT.
Home Improvement to now
Every
this.
every 38 to 60-year-old woman wants you back, JTT.
Jumped
As
a
do I.
decade and a half, and then now he's acting with Clint Eastwood.
Formed a family, but he's back.
Real quick on DC, just because you were talking about DC Comics and
I
stuff.
did get really excited about that.
Yeah,
you,
you
you got
really
my hopes
did.
way up.
To the audience who can't see you,
Justin
you got
Timberlake as a great
really
actor. I'm
animated.
so sorry, but JTT.
Great.
Man of the House.
No, I
Or whatever that was.
He's
No,
real, I think he's
I
really
actually
good.
really like
I
him.
think he's a smart guy.
One of his first movies, I think, was Black Snake Moan, which is actually a good movie.
Who, JTT or
Kinda-
JT?
Kind of JT.
Okay.
Not JT.
Again, I'll just go crazy if we keep talking about JTT.
Talking about
Stop.
just
saying it.
him?
Stop.
How many? Let's have a home improvement episode.
just Binford Tools.
A throwback Thursday.
Brought to you by Binford
Binford
Tools.
Tools.
that came up today for some reason.
That's awesome.
Why are we
Somebody
remembering
was buying a
things?
toolbox. Somebody
Oh my
suggested the
gosh.
Binford
Well.
3000 or something.
Al Borland.
Wasn't that a lawnmower
I think so.
I
when
think
they
we're-
did the lawnmower
It
race?
didn't matter.
Fuck it, let's make it a home improvement episode now.
Oh man, Wilson was looking over the fence the whole
New
time.
directions. All right, what are you saying?
Yeah, I'm sorry. We're on the topic of DC. Look
Yeah.
at me bringing it back to things.
Yeah, bring it back around.
The CW. Now that gets
The
better at
TV channel that doesn't exist anymore,
No, it
or
does.
they still exist? They replaced somebody else. Yeah,
They replaced UPN. I think.
right. Up and
WB?
They have DC
WB.
Legends of Tomorrow
really.
TV show that's coming out, and it's basically
Hmm.
like it's various superheroes. I think it might have. It might connect to Arrow and the Flash. I mean, something I'm looking at here says that they were predecessors.
I
But
could see that because they blend those two right
Yeah.
away.
and didn't those come from like Smallville? Don't they connect to Smallville? Didn't something?
I never saw Smallville.
I didn't either.
Like a tree.
Oh my
Or a
God.
high class prostitute?
Flight of the Conchords.
Flight of the Conchords.
That's cool.
Anyway,
Good job,
but,
CW.
but
Yeah.
But what it is they actually some guy comes from the future, rounds them all up, and they go through time, fighting evil.
Like sliders.
You know what?
Good
From the
show.
trailer, kinda, yeah, it seems like it.
Yeah.
John Rhys Davies.
Yes, DC sliders, quantum
Superhero
leap,
sliders,
overlap.
quantum leap. Oh man.
Trip McNeely's in that.
Trip McNeely.
Oh
So
my!
Batman v Superman. Did you know that Aquaman is in it? And he's not.
I did.
Not the actor from Entourage, to point that out. but
Nice.
unfortunately,
Yeah, I did know that.
That would be
I'm interested to
interesting,
see how that goes because Aquaman is so. There's so much
Amphibious?
derision surrounding Aquaman, and I always thought it was kind of neat, even though he's relatively
I wanna
innocuous.
see how
as
bright
a
his
superhero.
scale shirt's going to be. How bright of the orange?
Yeah,
Yeah, I bet they.
or the
I bet they
green
tone it
pants,
down
man.
to
How
like-
scaly are those going to be?
I want to be
Yes.
Technicolor.
And does he have a raging Atlantean beard? Even though Atlantis
It's not
is
where I thought
more
you were going
Marvel.
with
Yeah,
that.
that's not where I thought that
look-
was going either.
Look at the guy.
Oh,
I
that's the
assume
guy
that's-
from Game of Thrones.
Dude, it's
that's the warlord from Game of Thrones.
it's
Oh.
been
Jason
so long.
Momoa.
Jason Momoa, yeah, he's from
Honolulu.
He's from Stargate Atlantis as well.
Dude,
Wow.
so
That's
many
not a place.
It is a
Honolulu.
show.
middle-aged women just loved him.
Who? JTT? Are we back on JTT?
No, the guy who played
The Game of
God,
Thrones?
His name's on
Jason Momoa.
Khaleesi,
Yeah,
his husband.
Khaleesi's husband. Yeah.
Yes,
Wow.
I don't know his name.
Jason Momoa.
Jason.
No,
I
I'm
mean
thinking
his
of the
actual
name of the
character.
character.
It's okay.
Oh,
He's
Yeah,
a
that's gonna.
beast.
What was his character in Game of Thrones? You're right there.
Well, I went away from it.
You son of
I got to Honolulu and then I stopped. I don't know. I can't get there. My thumb's not fast enough.
Chief Khaleesi.
a. This is gonna bug me.
Khaleesi. So you can look that up.
it's like
Jeremy Irons is
It's a pretty
Alfred.
Khal
Khal
Oh,
Drago.
nice.
which
Wow,
is
that's cool.
interesting.
Drago.
Because when I see Jeremy Irons, I think Dungeons and Dragons movie.
That's what I think when I see
Marlon Wayans.
the Wayans. Yes,
Marlon Wayans or
God.
Jeremy Irons. Whenever I see
That-
them, I think Dungeons and Dragons.
I don't think
This
they'd
was-
like that happens with you.
That movie was
Wow, I'm a
terrible.
small
This-
subset of
this
the
was a-
universe.
this is a movie I wanted to bring up on our episode about game movies. Well, video.
We
game
did, I
movies, but
think. It briefly
I
came
don't
up.
think we did talk.
I think
about
we
that.
mentioned it very much
Oh,
in passing.
God.
Maybe
Oh,
jokingly.
I think
I don't
it
remember vomiting.
was
so.
spit out.
Yeah. God, that was a bad movie.
Aren't they making another Dungeons and Dragons movie?
I hope so they can get that bad taste
no,
out of my mouth.
no. Let's just forget any of it ever.
No, they
happened.
can make a good one. They can make a sweet one.
Yeah, but they can also fuck it up like they always do.
Not worse than that one. That one was
That is
pretty
true.
bad.
But we don't need to make another one.
What has
It's
that got
shitty.
on IMDb? Is it like 1.2 out of 10? Because it does. I mean, it's got nothing going for it.
It can't even be a
man.
cult classic like The Room or something.
I'm gonna look this
It's
up.
just so bad.
Who
we
was
should,
the main character?
We should really watch
He was
that.
in something like some big TV show before that.
Yeah, and then that stopped.
Watch it like
then he wasn't in anything.
Immediately fired.
Mystery Science Theater style and just broadcast.
I really kind of want to do that.
All I get is
Commentary.
the Dungeons and Dragons
3.7 out
cartoon.
of 10.
Oh my!
A 10% on Rotten Tomatoes. 14% on Metacritic.
That's generous, Rotten Tomatoes. Rotten Tomatoes is usually
Is
pretty.
that more than that Fantastic Four movie that came out? Recently?
Justin Whalen. Justin Whalen is who I was
Yeah, let's
talking
all
about.
look at our phones.
Justin Whalen.
I'm trying to find this.
I'm just
I'm trying to
fucking-
find this chief's name
Very
right
important.
here.
Oh, he was in
I'm
Child's
messing
Play
around. It
3,
just looks funny to me.
Lois and Clark. There you go. And Dungeons and Dragons.
Hey, and then we're back to.
So the next movie
So
on the
he was-
list
He was
is,
in Lois and Clark. Was he Was he Superman?
I think he was
Clark.
Jimmy Olsen and the Blues. Which is a Spin Doctors reference.
Yeah, that's nice.
Where are we? Captain America
Jesus.
Civil War is May 6th, but I think we've had an entire episode on that, unless anybody has really strong discussion topics or
Well,
points.
wait, what was that one?
Yeah, I think
Captain America Civil
I think
War.
we covered
Is there
it.
anything
Yeah,
we
we
really
talked
I think
new
we're all
since
pretty
that?
excited for it. And
Go back, pause this one,
Gonna
go back,
be-
listen to that one, come
Yeah.
back, and you'll
created
know how we feel.
Some social
Because it's
debate.
podcast.
Although
Yeah.
a lot of that was about, well, we talked about the movie and the comic book
Mhm.
and relations. So
Super pumped about it.
and
we
who's
need-
right
yeah.
and who's wrong.
We need to stop going
right.
back to the '90s because it's really making me remember or realize how much I can't remember shit.
yeah,
Khal Drago.
Yeah, we did that already.
Oh, I missed that. I was looking it up and I missed it.
Ivan Drago's
he
brother.
led me to it. He said, Cal something. And I
Oh
was like,
man,
Khal Drago.
here I was in my world over here.
Yeah.
Just
No, but that
surfing
was
through
hilarious
links
because I didn't know.
and links.
Cal Drago. Nope. We're
Okay.
good.
Let's just
But
cut
I-
it.
Let's
Cut
keep this
everything in
rolling.
I know that
Enjoy it.
moment you're having.
So Jarv says it, and then I'm like, Khal
I
Drago.
had 5 minutes.
X-Men Apocalypse.
Yeah.
I've been really digging
That I haven't.
the
Do
newer
they have a
X-Men
trailer for
movies.
that?
They do. I
'Cause
watched it.
I would like to see that.
It looks crazy.
It does look crazy.
It's gotta be good. How do you fuck that up? I mean,
Based on the last two, I think it's going to be awesome.
yeah, you've got a
Yeah,
lot of the
I
same
really-
people. There's a new
I-
Jean Grey.
I like Days of Future Past.
Oh, it's so good.
Olivia
really like
Munn, sorry, is in it, and I kind of heard some negative stuff about her, like her on set kind of
Like she's a
Attitude?
diva,
Yeah.
or
I don't know. I can't remember exactly.
Yeah, sure.
That
Dating Aaron Rodgers. I mean, shit.
I don't know.
she
It
can
was
do what she
really
wants.
weird. Honestly, it was really weird because I found it from like just a YouTube chain of watching videos of interviews between Michael Fassbender, Hugh Jackman,
Nick
and
Holt.
Nick Holt, and
Nicholas
Nick
Holt.
No, and
He's a beast, by the way.
Yeah.
why can't I remember his name? He's like my favorite actor out of those three.
James
Scottish dude.
McAvoy.
Wanted.
James McAvoy. Yeah,
There you go.
I actually really like James McAvoy.
Yeah, he's awesome.
If you can,
Jennifer
if you ever
Lawrence.
find the movie Filth, it's a movie
Wanted.
on Netflix. It's great.
Filth?
Particular
Sounds
audience.
good.
Was that? What was
Yeah,
the
I think
bullet?
it was Filth.
That was a bad
Curve the bullet.
connotation.
Wanted.
Yeah, it's Wanted.
Wanted?
It's a dark and very
Filthy movie.
It is. It's pretty bad, but it's good. Anyway, sorry, Dane's looking at me like an innocent child.
I don't want to watch it.
Anyway, just I was watching YouTube interviews of those three, and they're I don't know. I've either read it in comments or saw it in one of the things. I don't know. At like Comic-Con, she was really obviously playing the hot girl with a bunch of nerds that love her kind of role, and like
Sweet.
They were all
But that
I'm
is-
all for
but
it.
that is accurate.
yeah.
Wait,
I don't
She
know.
is a very attractive woman, and a lot of nerds enjoy her.
But like she's kind of like I don't know. The implication was she was acting like a fake
Olivia
nerd.
Munn.
Olivia Munn.
Fake
Oh, that
nerd.
makes
Oh,
sense.
do you
Yeah.
think she doesn't know her stuff?
I don't know.
You don't think she has the
hosted
chops?
a show
and,
that
and I think
Yeah, she
think-
was the original host of
Yeah.
Attack of the Show.
How much of that was scripted?
yeah, but G4. I don't know. I always saw G4.
I don't
and
know,
was
I'm
like,
just
I
supporting
saw
both
her
sides
on
here.
it, and I was like, I don't know.
That's how the Nerdist guy got to start, right?
Oh yeah,
I think you're right.
yeah.
I think she's
so.
He was
going to be
also a
one upped
comedian.
by Jennifer
He
Lawrence.
was. Yeah, that's right.
Anyway,
is Psylocke.
long story short,
I can't handle.
can't stop saying her
if
name
they're,
right away.
Wait, what?
I think
if
they're,
they're both on the screen at the same time, my head's gonna explode.
Olivia Munn Psylocke.
Yes.
yeah. Sorry, she's in. The, yeah.
No,
I
they
thought you
switched
said Jennifer
characters for no
Lawrence was
reason.
Psylocke. I was like, why would they do that? Don't do that.
Just-
Both to Psylocke and anyone else involved.
So much blue. And
Kind of like how I said Scarlett Johansson should be the Scarlet Witch because it just makes sense. They should just switch characters
Yeah,
before the
just-
next movie.
just
Oh,
change.
she's
now.
so good though as
Just like the
Black
tie-in.
Widow.
Have you seen the movie Chef? This is completely unreal. Well,
I
not
I have
completely
Jon
unreal.
Favreau.
But yeah, I was surprised to see she was in it.
Oh, I think I saw that.
Scarlett
I didn't see the
Johansson.
movie, but
Yeah.
Oh, wasn't Sofia Vergara?
She was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. Yes,
I really
know she
enjoyed
was-
that movie.
I thought it was a great movie.
Yeah.
Stumbled upon it on
Yeah.
Netflix. And
Came out of nowhere. That was
Netflix
a good
will hit
movie.
you sometimes with
Yeah.
that.
I was
Yeah.
like, all right.
That's why they take my
Let's
money.
do
Yeah,
this.
it's good.
Netflix
I liked
is
it.
for those movies that aren't going to make a huge splash in the theater, but they're just really good movies.
That's true. Jean Grey. So there's some really exciting characters that are coming
Yeah.
out.
I
don't know
hope they're
the
setting up the
actress
Phoenix
very
story.
well.
I really hope so.
I think this whole movie's about Jubilee, right? She's in it.
It's about Apocalypse, I think.
Do you know who plays Apocalypse?
No.
Please tell me you
Oscar
weren't.
Isaac.
Was that a joke about
AKA
Jubilee?
Yeah, please tell me that's a joke.
Jubilee's
that-
in the movie.
Because that would
Is it all about her?
No, I
Okay,
was
good.
making that up.
we're just going to
Oscar
watch
Isaac,
her break video recorders the whole time.
Oscar Isaac plays
the
Apocalypse.
VCR
You
again?
might know him better as Poe Dameron.
Fireworks.
What?
Oh, really?
That's awesome.
Yep.
Who was also in your favorite movie, Dane, that you haven't seen, Ex Machina.
That's true.
I
Ew,
didn't
gross.
realize that was him
He was
until
in that.
somebody.
That and
I
Filth
saw
are
him.
going right on the old delete.
Dude,
Delete
deleted
the
from
memory.
Netflix. Just nobody gets to
from
see
It
it.
got him to Star Wars.
Short-term
and he
memory
did a good
cache.
Make
job.
sure
Delete.
I never watch this. You're
Honestly,
telling a
you
machine to make sure you never watch it.
But
but-
but you should
where
like
already the
you
tendrils are
should
inside.
watch Ex Machina though.
I might.
Like I mean, just because you despise like that's what one of those. I mean, it explores the topic.
Yeah,
And then take a
it
bath
does.
because you're going to feel dirty.
Yeah. Maybe just sit in the bath and
yeah,
watch it.
watch it with a bath.
We'll cleanse while
Just
we
his
watch.
hate of robots.
Yeah,
Channing Tatum is Gambit, which I think.
Yeah.
So
That
they
was
have him
important.
listed
They
as
have
appearing.
him listed on here as Gambit.
This could
If-
get
he
really
needs
exciting.
to pull off that
This could
accent.
be good.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He
They-
can pull it off.
In the original, I think
He can
I
pull
like
off Magic
Channing
Mike.
He can do anything.
You mean the role he was meant for? I mean, if I remember correctly, the dude that played Gambit in the original, whatever, he was a bit of a flavor of the month, kind of like some dude on a show that people liked a lot. I mean, Channing Tatum's got more
Chaps.
chops. Yeah, I think.
the second
Wait,
time.
what are you?
More
to
under
what are
his
you
belt.
referring?
I'm just worried they're casting a hunk dude to play. I don't know. I like it,
Wait,
it's the way
there
you
was a
protect
Gambit
Daredevil.
in-
I like Gambit a lot.
What was that in?
Oh, X-Men or Wolverine, who's one of the
Well,
Wolverines.
Wolverine.
Oh,
That's
that's
right,
right.
right.
He's terrible in that.
But then,
Yeah,
I don't
It
even
was
remember
awful.
that actually.
was so
those
bad.
don't really follow
That was
anything
such a
though,
bad movie.
because
It was
they
such a bad representation of Gambit.
that was
sucks.
a bad representation of everything. Like
Oh,
Deadpool.
man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was the first sighting of Deadpool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm super pumped.
Well,
Apocalypse Story is fun.
But the Deadpool in that is nothing like anything that exists in the real universe. So those
Except
movies
that
just somehow are in some weird fictitious universe about Hugh
I
Jackman.
really hope
About Hugh Jackman.
I really hope Deadpool.
It's actually biographical.
That's the
about
next
Hugh
one on
Jackman.
the list, by the way, if you want to just
Oh,
launch into that, because I
whole-
know Dan's going to explode.
For
Deadpool.
Deadpool.
Oh,
Coming out February 12th. You have less than a month to think about this.
holy, yeah, I'm excited. That I actually might go see that in the theaters.
I'm
not a
definitely-
theater person.
Yeah.
I'll
But
see it in the theaters.
I'll
I'll
go
go.
see that in the
I will
theaters.
go with you.
I was laughing when I first saw the trailer on TV because of how censored it was
Oh, I
compared
know.
to
Oh,
the
yeah.
trailers
So much
that
funnier
were-
on YouTube.
The
It's
Red Band
like-
trailer is so much
it's like-
better.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It makes me wonder what the perspective is for people that haven't seen the first trailers,
Yeah,
like what they think this movie
Yeah.
is going to be.
Like,
'Cause
especially
it
the line-
wasn't-
When you saw it on TV, did they say it was rated R?
Probably.
Because I saw a weird article today that said they might.
Are they still thinking about that? I
PG-13.
thought they said they were definitely
They
going
would
R.
not do that.
they can't.
There's no way they can.
Not
do
at
that.
this point.
I don't know. It was a weird
It's like
article.
a game
I don't
going
know
gold.
how
130.
valid.
Can't-
I don't know how valid it is.
It's like a game going.
Yeah, I would assume it's
We're
locked
locked
down.
in, baby.
Back when they used to
Does it say
make the
on
CDs
IMDb?
and then make it gold.
What?
I can look.
I'm back on Gambit. So Channing Tatum is not listed on IMDb for X-Men
I would
Apocalypse,
be
but he's listed
surprised.
in 2017 as Gambit in the movie Gambit.
Correct. He was cast as Gambit.
We
I'd be
But
really surprised
Google
if
says
he
he's
showed up.
going to be in X-Men Apocalypse.
That'd be cool.
which
I would be all
I don't
about
know how
that.
that's
Let's
gonna
put
work
out a supplementary flow chart for this
Yes.
this
Tie
episode
it all together.
because we have wound around quite
It's
a bit.
purpose that binds us.
So
Yes.
it definitely says R on IMDb. So
Yeah,
Doesn't
I was
apply.
going to say.
here I have a
From the
concern.
movie.
It's the Matrix, right?
I have a Deadpool concern. I tend to be cynical about Deadpool, although I appreciate what his character was made for. You know.
You mean
were
you're
cynical
cynical about
because-
Deadpool the character?
Yes.
Because they made it after a character from the DC universe as sort
I
of
just
a
have
joke.
generally I appreciate that it's a deliberate character and they're doing a lot of things to challenge the industry and the genre with him.
You don't like that he breaks the fourth wall? Is that really what it comes down to?
I just
You
like
don't
he's
like
never
Ryan
been a
Reynolds.
favorite. It's not a not like
Oh,
it's
okay.
it's a like a skepticism
Well-
and a like it's not anything I would seek out. I appreciated him in various other comics where he crossed over.
And fought Deadpool.
So
I-
my worry is 106
Daredevil.
minutes of like trite fourth wall Deadpool jokes.
No, yeah. See, that's the thing. The
Worries
trailer's
me
going
a
to
little
show
bit.
you.
It's gotta have
The
more
trailer's
purpose
going to
than
show
that,
you
yeah.
that stuff, but it's going to be. I mean, if you read the comics themselves, and I've read at least some, it's
More than none,
more than none. Yeah,
which is more than me.
like where he. That's the problem about Deadpool is he just appears a lot, and he doesn't. Like, he's got a few that are like his own story arcs, but he also appears in other shit. Anyway,
So I guess it's how is he going to stand up as a main character in a movie when a
Yeah.
lot of the times he stood out most as a drop in.
Correct.
Yeah.
yeah, like and from what I've read of like things that are his story arcs, yeah, you do have long stretches where it is about the story, and he's definitely cracking wise jokes, and it does get a little overbearing sometimes. But I think for the movie, I mean, even the trailer shows glimpses of like somewhat more serious moments, like where he's kind of has more of the
Every
serious
flavor
role
of cancer.
of the conversation with what's
Yeah.
his name in the bar, and
Yeah.
and where he's kind of the one sitting there and he's like
Well,
playing.
you know, if they put in a best friend who is also kind of comic relief, that he's going to be a more serious character at times. Because why would they just put it comic relief buddy
Exactly.
on a comic relief character? That there's no formula there,
Right.
unless this was
I
written
think-
by a madman.
I'm assuming that they
Hollywood does not do this.
well, the Deadpool comics don't do that all the time. That's what I guess I'm worried
Right.
about that. Because of the Deadpool comics I've read, it is literally just like 25 pages of goofy antics.
Yeah.
And he does crazy combat stuff, which is entertaining, but there's a reason I don't read a lot of Deadpool comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
No,
know?
and that was actually something.
So I'm
that's-
worried about the movie in that regard. Although they did say Cable might appear in the second one, and I'm a huge Cable fan.
That's exciting.
Cable is
shit.
usually actually paired with Deadpool, and Cable is that serious. It's like Cable super serious business, and
Yeah.
Deadpool wacky fourth
Yeah.
wall breaker, which is a good combo, right? But I don't know,
Yes.
just a concern.
No, yeah. Honestly, I agree with you. I am somewhat concerned about that, but everything and everyone he's playing off of will. The thing with the comics is it's all just kind of focused on him, and the story is a lot of times kind of almost happening in the background. Like it's like you said, showing a fight scene while it's just him saying stuff,
Right.
and I think in the comic you can get, because of that particular medium and why it's unique, you can get what's going on by looking at the image. The image is telling a story, whereas you also get to see his commentary on it. So when you have the movie, everything and everyone he's playing off of is probably going to be pretty serious, and he's going to be the one thing that's really not. So you will have lots of serious moments.
Miranda Bakar.
You will have Morena
She's also-
Baccarin and her slightly above mediocre acting, and
She's good. This puts her in both Marvel and DC because she's
Yep.
in Gotham. I didn't realize that.
that also
Just
it also
now.
puts him, Ryan Reynolds, in Marvel and DC.
Well, he's already
He's
achieved
already
that.
stretched.
He's already done that.
yeah.
Green Lantern and
He's
Yeah.
in Blade.
I mean,
3.
but the thing,
Yeah,
the
and
fact
Blade
that
Green Lantern.
Deadpool and
He's
Wolverine.
played Deadpool.
I like
before.
that. I do like, even though it is corny and the obvious go-to joke, I do love that he makes a comment about, the suit in Green Lantern. What I hope he makes a comment about the movie Wolverine, and that's what I was going to say before.
Oh, he's gonna have to break the fourth wall.
He's got to break the fourth wall.
Do
like,
that.
and I think that would be a greater way to break the fourth wall than the Green Lantern reference, because it's breaking the fourth wall within the same universe, but competing Deadpools. Yeah. So.
And the
it's-
Marvel universe is certainly no stranger to parallel universes.
Wasn't there already some sort of like quasi not related to the movie trailer where he talked about he doesn't have any blades for arms or something?
Yeah, I think he said something about not having his mouth sewn shut.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's right.
it might have been the one where he's talking to kids on Halloween or something. Yeah, there's been a lot of cool just trailers
Well,
of
if there's
Ryan
one thing I
Reynolds
can say
walking around
about
in the
this
suit.
that it makes me expect that it's going to be I'm going to enjoy it, is because all these modern Marvel movies have been so good that even when I saw that they were making Ant-Man, I was like, why would anybody want to go see Ant-Man?
Right.
And then I watched it recently,
Pretty
and
entertaining.
I was
good.
enjoyed.
I like the
I
guy
was
that
enjoyed.
plays-
I was
is my
enjoyed by it.
sentence.
I like the
to
guy that plays the
describe
bad guy in that. I can't
my
remember.
feels?
Plays Wasp or whatever. The bald dude.
Yeah,
I don't know.
remember his name.
I really like that guy. He was in that movie with Patrick Bateman where they're a Jewish family and they said Shiva for their dad that died.
Fiddler on the Roof. And also, we should acknowledge that Ryan Reynolds is the best choice to play Deadpool.
Oh,
both
yeah,
for
of
his
course.
general demeanor, and he's a huge Deadpool
And
fan.
he's
Yeah.
referenced in the comic
It's got to be
as
right.
looking like Deadpool.
I think
mixed
that's
with
one
Sharpay.
True.
one
Corey
thing that
Stoll.
really makes me think. Hopefully, they will do it well.
Yeah,
I'm sure for Deadpool fans, it'll be great. I think it's just a taste thing on my own part that makes.
But
me
you're going to see
cynical.
it, so
Oh, I'll pay money to see that.
and then they're
Just like
happy.
the Star Wars Marvel crossover. I'll pay
I
money
don't-
Yeah,
to
I
see.
see it.
honestly, one of my favorite
just
things.
to see what's about.
One of my favorite things about it is that Ryan Reynolds is actually like a huge fan
Yeah,
Yeah.
makes it awesome.
Right.
of
Which
of
is kinda like
Deadpool and like because
Iron Man.
you see other actors, and like I was saying, I was watching interviews with the three from X-Men Days of Future Past, that
Yeah.
cast, the new school, and you even get moments in there where you can detect like they don't really didn't know much about the universe beyond what they were given in the script and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
watching Emily Olsen's interviews for Scarlet Witch hurt me a little because she did not know
Yeah.
Didn't know it.
the
Oh.
connection. I just wave my hands around and apparently I'm magical. And it's like,
You ruined it for me.
step down.
You ruined it.
You're still
Should have been
powerful.
Scarlett Johansson, obviously. Come on. She does score.
But she did a
probably
good job regardless.
I mean, even after, like, I don't know. They have their own lives and they're busy and whatever. But I feel like if you're involved in something that is that kind of there's so much behind it and stuff. Even going
Do
into
some research,
it,
yeah.
going into it,
The fans are
do
brutal.
a little bit.
How could you not?
I'm
Yeah.
okay with you doing research and not maybe having read everything, but I mean afterwards, kind of just you might want to be like, wow, this guy huge. Like maybe there's something to this character, and
Yeah.
look in a
Do
little
some
bit
research,
more.
but
That makes me.
I can understand why she didn't read the comics
Yeah,
growing up,
I
since
don't-
she probably spent all
right.
her time watching Full House. So
or the Olsen Twin Adventures.
For some reason, I always thought you were talking about Scarlett Johansson. I was like, yeah, and then it was probably pretty cool to be in the movie with. Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah, that does actually. That makes me think of when Lord of the Rings, when they cast for Lord of the Rings, not all the characters had read the books.
I like.
Although
But then they
Christopher Lee
did.
was like an expert, but they all took
awesome.
the
Oh,
initiative
yeah,
to
I
read
love
the
that he-
books
Yeah.
before they played their parts, which I really respected.
Didn't they like make them? Like even like small
required
roles?
reading for
I
the
think
role.
they said you should, but I think they all
Okay.
just kind of got into it. At least if you watch the extra features on the DVDs,
Peter Jackson sat and watched them read the
I think
entire thing.
I
Sit
felt,
and read.
I really
He
feel
read
like
it to them.
yeah,
I feel
While
like
he did
in
his
one
Hobbit duties in his own Hobbit hole.
I feel like
they
in,
fell asleep. He threw a book at him.
I feel like in one of the extra interviews or something like they had to or something.
I'm glad.
I wouldn't be surprised.
like it was a
They were
I
really,
think they
really
also
diligent
expressed
about how
that
they
it
made
wasn't
those
much of
original.
a push because they started them and they're like, "This is awesome."
yeah right.
I feel like the guy that played Aragorn particularly was like, I was loving
Viggo
who I
Mortensen.
was.
Mortensen.
Vigo.
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
like
yeah.
if you're playing Aragorn and then you start reading those
It's like,
books,
this is who you think I am.
yeah, this is yeah. I watched
And he
them
used to carry a sword around with him all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
all over town.
In town.
Yeah,
which is super
During
cool.
during the
you'd
film.
walk
really got
into a
in it.
bar just
That's
dressed as
awesome.
Aragorn with a sword.
Yeah.
I like that Elijah Wood
Sit in the
wasn't
corner.
asked, but he just videotaped himself and sent it in, and they were like, "This is really good." He was
Frodo.
just really interested in doing the role. So
God, that was a great cast.
yeah,
Good movie.
Sean Astin.
And the great thing was, it was like half known actors and half kind of not known who got
Yeah.
known afterwards.
Right.
True.
Like the dude that went on to be on Lost, I think. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
how it
he was
worked.
on Lost.
Mariodoc.
I was trying to remember if it was before or after. I really like the guy that played Pippin, and I haven't really seen him a lot since then.
Yeah.
But he was awesome, especially if you watch it with the commentary or watch the interviews. He is the most hilarious dude.
I can't think of anything I've
How's
seen
that
him in
great?
afterwards, but I'm also too lazy to look him up on IMDb right now.
You did good work, sir.
Yeah, I would like to see him in more, but I haven't.
yeah.
Too bad.
So.
So
Do
we've
more
covered
work.
roughly half the list, so this is a good part one stopping point.
We're
I'd
so
say.
good at
Nice.
We
covering
covered
half-
some of the really exciting ones.
Did we miss
There's
any comic book ones?
That was all the comic book ones I think I
Nice.
had on my list.
Perfect.
But we're going to come back next time and cover the B tracks, which some of them are really
The more
good.
recent,
but there's-
Wacky.
the more
There's some
soon to
wacky
come
ones
out
on there.
things.
They are all. A lot of them are summer releases. One of
Okay.
them is very soon to come out, though.
It doesn't come out before next time, though, does it?
No, none of these come out in January.
Yay!
So there you go.
Or not? Yay!
2016 is shaping up to be a darn entertaining year
Yeah,
between games
Yeah.
and movies.
I didn't, until you wrote that list, realize
How many?
how many there were.
I knew there were a bunch coming out that I
Where
was excited about,
has
but I
all
just
my
hadn't
money
categorized them.
gone? Movies and video games.
Pretty much.
$6 buckets of
Yeah, it was that. Yeah, was that the
So-
bridge or was that because they felt
Took it
more like
into
a
a
bridge?
minor.
It took it away from.
Whatever. Pete's
So this-
Dragon's coming out. Let's do this.
That's on the next one.
Ooh.
Spoiler for the next podcast.
Sorry.
So,
JTT's in it.
that made B-Tracks, JTT. So this brings us to our quadded random question of the day, which, as we know, we did not assign and nobody thought of it. So I will take it
Nice.
on a very spontaneous, very random question of the day that I really haven't put much thought into. If you could
Trump.
reincarnate as an animal, what animal would it be?
Oh, sweet.
Polar bear.
I got it.
Nice.
I mean,
Explain.
I've always
You've always wanted to come back as a polar bear?
I love the cold.
Perfect.
Polar bears have no natural predator besides human, I suppose.
And
they're pretty.
And other
and
polar
diminishing
bears.
And
icebergs
another-
or something like that.
Yeah, diminishing icebergs, humans relatively, but I mean it's so cool.
Yeah,
that
they
their
kind of
humans
just do
don't
their
really-
own thing, right?
They do their own thing. They
Get
hang
hungry,
out on ice
eat a
and
seal.
snow. They eat seals and penguins and shit. I mean,
They get kisses from a
I'm
rose.
gonna need like
their
Warren.
skin is actually black while their fur is white or something like that.
I think that's true.
That's true. Their skin is black and their
Yeah.
fur is white.
Or their fur is clear
heard
and
that.
their skin is white. I can't remember.
No, it's black skin for sure.
Yeah, you're right.
We just talked about
Pretty
it.
Your
awesome.
skin
With
is
someone
white
else.
and your fur is brown.
That is true.
Oh, you should be a black bear.
I have reddish tints.
Or perhaps a
you're more
cinnamon
red than
bear.
I'm a I'm,
Polar bear's extreme choice in
I'm
my.
cinnamon
That
bear.
seems crazy to me.
statement.
Yeah, I don't know. I've always
in your first brown.
I've always honestly felt that my animal spirit was polar
Polar
bear.
bear?
I move and act and sometimes think, slow and lumbering, but
Just living the polar bear lifestyle.
when it's needed and when I'm motivated,
You can move fast
it's
and kill.
all action.
You slide down hills on your stomach.
Oh,
I mean,
all the
you are
time.
pretty much a polar bear.
I know,
grew
right?
up with him. I've seen him do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with. Sorry.
Sorry, but the random question of the day that is just the first one that's off the cuff, and I actually haven't answered.
You
Yeah,
said the first
you were
one.
on it.
Well,
Right
the more
away.
random, the better for Dan. I
which
think.
is the opposite of everything.
Rather than our normal, somebody
our
thinks of
normal-
it beforehand, doesn't tell you.
The normal. I'm gonna wait till next week.
Yeah, if we didn't explain the format, it's somebody thinks of a question usually beforehand and then calls it, and then
Yeah.
the rest of us don't know the answer. So
Right.
this one was
Random for everybody.
spontaneous arquatted.
Yeah.
I like it.
Is what we're gonna call it. What were you gonna do?
I'm gonna go
Huh?
with a lion.
Nice.
I think that would be awesome. I enjoy cats. I can't say that I know enough about a lion to say that I would enjoy the life of a lion, but I've seen enough. And
If I understand how lions live, a lot of it is sitting around being badass, and then the women go do all like
That's
the getting
right.
the food, and
Yeah.
bringing
Especially
it back,
male
and
lion. Yeah, the
you
females.
could
huh?
just
Yeah,
kind
that
of like
sounds
be
awesome.
the king, and
And then I
everyone
just-
else
You
would
show
do
your
what you
if
princely
want.
someone
son,
else
his
shows up,
kingdom.
I just
Yeah,
get out of here.
get out of here. Just roar
This is
at
your
him.
kingdom.
Get off
This
my
is
lawn.
your kingdom.
Yeah.
This patch of grass.
Everywhere the light touches.
Yeah.
Don't know if you understand the implications,
That's
Simba,
pretty important.
but it's pretty much the solar system.
especially this patch of grass.
If you don't wear pants, I rule you.
where I've laid my entire life while everyone did everything for me. It's
Look what
awesome.
we have.
Yeah, it's pretty
Just wait.
badass.
Why
Yeah.
is your
That was a
mom
good
not here,
choice.
Simba?
That'd be good.
She's
I had the
getting
feeling-
food for us.
I had the feeling that when I asked the question, that everyone's going to
It's
kind of
the
pick like some
best.
sort of apex predator, which is the obvious thing.
Well, yeah.
no
you
one's
don't-
going to pick
You
like
don't want to be
Mine is Apex Predator for sure.
Yeah.
running for your life.
The
Yeah.
thrill of the hunt from the other end.
my life is
I want to
running,
run away.
trying not to get eaten alive.
I would like to be a gazelle.
So I've thought about this
or an antelope because they don't
far
really
too many times
well.
for how unrealistic it is,
Oh yeah,
which is sad.
is it?
But I think if I
prepared, I
were
say.
to come back as an animal, I would want to be a peregrine falcon, which is very high up on the
That's
raptor
nice.
list, and they're the fastest diving birds in the animal kingdom. I just think I think raptors have the best life. I mean, you fly around like a badass. You also have no predators other than other birds of prey. You get what you want, and these days they just get protected by the EPA and various other interesting organizations that
Interesting.
Have you ever seen that YouTube video? There's probably a lot of them by now. That YouTube video of there's actually a couple now that I know of. GoPro on a falcon. That's
No, I
just
have
like
not.
flying
I have
down
seen
or
a video
around the
like
side of like a mountain, and like somebody put a GoPro
Yeah, that was
on
a
it,
while ago.
and he's just
Oh.
swooping
It was
around. It's like a
amazing.
path, and there's people walking around.
I bet
but
it's awesome.
it's
that falcon's probably like,
Yeah.
where's this extra drag coming from? This
Yeah.
is bullshit.
yeah.
Gonna have to. Did I gain a
it's-
few lbs?
It's on his back, and you see his head, and you just see him looking around, and
No,
then
I
you
ate
just-
an extra mouse
it's- yeah,
yesterday.
it's
you
really
see
cool
him just
perspective.
super calm.
5 pounds.
He just makes like the most calm-looking maneuvers where he just
I
like
know.
swoops down
And
and like
it's-
flies over someone's
but
head like
I
a
think-
foot above. And
I
just,
think
like, flies.
majestic is right.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It seems awesome.
And you
I
saying-
figure it's gonna be like if there is karma and you come back as something like better. I think that's after human. That's the next one where it's just like, all right, just
Yeah, man. that
chill
a
out,
cow.
be real dexterous, eat whatever you want. You want to take fish tonight? It's fine. You want to get like squirrel tonight? It's fine. What flavor of squirrel?
Plus, you saying
Black, red, gray.
Plus,
It's
you
fine.
saying Peregrine Falcon reminds me of the young adult
Bon
book
appetit.
series, Animorphs.
Animorphs, also a TV
You
show.
Wow.
Fantastic.
You knew it?
I definitely know Animorphs. I think one of them was a peregrine falcon.
The main dude, at least in the first book.
I think each book focused on a different dude
Oh, did
with a
it?
different animal power, but I think they all were in them.
remember.
I don't know.
But
Anyway,
that was my first.
Super pumped about it. I would love to be a
Peregrine
peregrine falcon.
That was my first encounter with
Even?
the peregrine part of Peregrine Falcon.
Nice. I had to do a
I'd
report
look
on a peregrine falcon at ye old grade school for some sort of silly project, and we had to name a bald eagle. Talented.
I think you're just thinking
Boom.
of it because we're talking about peregrine to spelled.
No, dude.
differently.
I've honestly said
primed.
this numerous times for
primed
the past
before
You
the
were
race
year.
talk?
optimally primed.
What's that?
I just think it's funny that his name is Peregrine.
Well, I definitely read Lord of the Rings before I came
Although
to
I
this
think it's spelled
conclusion.
differently.
So perhaps
Sans final E.
Correct.
Trailing E.
that is correct. Also, he
Right.
goes by Pippin.
Nice.
Nailed it. Well, right. He's got a full name.
He does.
I mean, my
Yeah.
full name's not just Joe. There's a little more to it.
That's true.
Saf.
How many times does Peregrine get said in Lord of the Rings?
I don't know.
Probably.
Good
I don't
question.
think as
I
much
think
as
it was only in the
Meriadoc.
credits.
Just when
It could be
Gandalf
one.
is
It could be one time,
pissed.
and
Yeah,
then
it's only
also the
Gandalf.
appendices.
Yeah. Gandalf gives him
Meriadoc
the stern.
is, I think, more is said more.
Gives
than
him the
certainly
full
more
name.
than
It's
one.
after the
That'd be
fireworks,
interesting.
right?
Jubilee.
Hey, if that influenced
Oh,
me, I'm
that's-
yeah.
still on board.
That's
Do-
when,
Doesn't Gandalf? I think Gandalf refers to him as Peregrine.
yeah. It's
Like,
after
in
the
some
firework
very-
incident.
In
very
Moria.
serious moments.
What?
It's after they set off the firework. And he's pissed off.
Then, but I
Oh,
think
yeah.
later on, Gandalf,
But that doesn't
I mean, I remember
happen
the
in
scene.
the books.
Gandalf and Pippin have quite.
The adventure.
I'm thinking of
quite
the
an
books.
adventure.
Oh,
I'm thinking
about-
of the books
Right.
as well.
Movie,
Oh.
they probably say it like 50 times. I think he says it when
the full name.
50 guys.
yeah,
No, they don't.
Peregrine
in Moria, they say it when he drops the armor down. Peregrine took blah blah blah.
You
Fool of a
stupid
took.
shit.
You dumb
synonymous.
son of a bitch.
Fool of a took.
But anyway, if it's subconsciously affected that,
No, I'm
It's-
just kidding.
it still
I was
stands.
just pointing out the tie-in.
it could have
Because
been.
we've
I read
been
Lord of the
tying
Rings
things
like
together the whole
30
time.
times.
But the Tooks are largely foolish.
It's like 1,000 degrees of Kevin Bacon up in here. I'm glad that we
I'd get
stalled
into that
long enough
argument.
because I asked the question and I'm
I'm
glad
try-
I went last.
I was thinking Sackville Bagginses. I'm sorry.
yes, that is very different.
That was actually what I was
Blasted.
thinking. And I'm not kidding.
Bilbo's a tick as well.
I would say Griffin, but it's not real.
Yeah. No, Frodo.
No, Bilbo's half took, half Baggins. His
I thought
dad's a Baggins.
was Frodo a Sackville Baggins?
No,
Frodo's half something.
No, he was not.
Frodo was adopted.
Yeah.
He was adopted, but he was in a Saxville Baggins.
But what was his original?
He might have been half took as well.
He was related partially though, and then adopted. Yeah.
Belladonna took was Frodo's or Bilbo's mom.
Okay, that was what it was.
Boom.
Sorry, I'm just trying to make us spiral off topic.
Yeah.
so much on this episode. Like
I am
going
going to have to describe the arc that I went through while also discussing your
So
favorite animals.
Griffin.
Yeah, that's not real, but it was the first thing that popped into my mind, and I was like, "That's not real." And then I thought wolf because I like dogs and also the woods
Right.
and also running around chasing things. But I
Chilling
wouldn't
with
want to
your
have to
friends
deal.
eating meat.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with
Pairing.
like the pack. Dealing with all those
Right.
other people all the time, other wolves.
right.
So then I think I went to hyena,
Yikes.
which is still similar dog kind of family. Although it's kind of hot, which I'm not a huge fan of. But they have 2 dicks.
Really?
They have hemipenes, right?
Is that worth the price of? But they're also
It's called
That's
hemipenes.
such a
and I'm
harsh
pretty sure
world,
hyenas have, or
Yeah,
at least there
they
are
also
hyenas.
live in
I want to be.
Australia.
I'm not sure if all
and
hyenas
snakes.
have hemipenes, but that's the one I am.
Oh God,
You'd want to be
so
that.
many predators.
The question
in
wasn't what's
Australia.
your favorite animal. It's what you want to be.
Yeah,
And
well,
you're going
maybe that's
double
not such a
penis
good one.
dog.
But see, they're also
Joe really wants another dick.
they're also pack animals like wolves. So is the
True.
hemipene worth the trouble?
If you're going to
dealing
go
with the-
canine independent, I would fox, which is
Yeah.
probably my actual favorite animal.
What is that fox that's huge? There's a fox that's huge. I want to be the huge fox.
Red fox. Red fox, which is a
The guy,
Yeah.
Red Fox.
There's some big foxes out
panda.
there. I'm one of the big ones.
Are red foxes pandas actually?
If you were a fox, what would you say?
Or red pandas are foxes.
Oh God,
I would say that about wraps it up for episode
Oh,
15.
Or jackal
oh,
is an option.
so
Good
soon.
call.
Yeah, those are fun.
Jackal.
Oh man, Red Rising. That's what that just.
Which
The
I
little
bought. I
fox.
bought last night, but couldn't
Well
access
done.
on my
Yeah.
phone.
Well done.
That's right. I'm stalling the ending of this episode.
You'll
We are
enjoy
going
it.
to finish this episode right now.
Goodbye.
And I will continue the
And
ending
next week.
of Rough Around the Edges. Check us out at roughneckgames.com and look at all of our bright clicky links.
Yeah.
Bye.
See ya.